dances on the stand of watercress blooming in Kingston Creek. Watercress floats upon the water surface in thick mats, held together by long intertwined roots attached to the creek shore. Let's have a close-up look. Here you see the butterfly. Ridges in the Toyabes march northeastward from Kingston Canyon, appearing alternately in sunlight and in shadows cast by passing clouds. A thin coat of sagebrush on the sunlit slopes gives them their tint. There's the sagebrush. A shoulder of hard black slate rises on the south side of Southwind Twin Canyon. The low slope on the far side of the canyon is andesite, a soft rock that rain and runoff have eroded. Here's the rock rising up. On the narrow floor of its gorge, South Twin River rushes through the straight slate beds. Minerals deposited by the floating river have stained the slate on the right under characteristic white. Look at all the slate. Sagebrush clings tenaciously to a fractured slope of a slate, right. In Jet Canyon, weathering has split the hard rock, enlarging cracks into which runoff washes both earth and a few waterborne seeds. Only tough grasses and hardy plants like sagebrush and Mormon tea can survive here. There's the sagebrush, see here. Twin pinnacles of quartzite towers imposingly above the entrance to McLeod Canyon, right. The ancient rock, which metamorphized from sandstone nearly 600 million years ago, is the oldest in the Toyabe Range. Look at that rock. Beyond the eastern edge of the Toyabes, the baked, barren surface of an alkali flat glimmers in the mid-afternoon heat of the desert sun. See that? Seen through the low-lying brush on the beach of Antelope Island, the peaks of Shrewsbury Island stretch across the Great Salt Lake horizon. The two islands, only 14 miles apart at the farthest reach, vary markedly in the climate. Westerly winds, which bring 6 inches of annual precipitation to Stansbury, pick up additional moisture as they continue eastward across the lake, depositing 2.5 times more rain and snow on the Antelope. There's some sagebrush here. Quarter-inch long brine shrimp, looking like bacteria on a microscope slide, lie stranded and dead on the sandy shore of Great Salt Lake, where wave action has left them high and dry, extending from their tiny bodies and hair-like appendages that the shrimp use for propulsion, breathing, and straining algae and other food from the lake's excessively briny water. And there's the shrimp. White pelicans nest between tufts of saltgrass in March, after arriving at their summer rookery in Gunnison Island in Great Salt Lake. Here's the white pelicans. A thin sun-baked crust atop the 5-foot-deep layer of salt in Bonneville Flats crinkles into ridges that rise up to a foot in height. Ooh, look at all these cracks. A terrace partway up a hillside at the south end of Salt Lake Valley marks the wave-curved level that once reached by Lake Bonneville. There's the rock. A Mormon wagon train descends from the Wasatch Mountains toward Salt Lake City by 1867 when this picture was taken. The Mormons had settled down in the area, but others continued. Here's the Mormons. West immigrant wagons needed about 5 weeks to cross Sagebrush Country. En route, they faced heat, thirst, fatigue, Indians, malaria, cholera, and an endless swirl of alkali dust. Ew, that's bad. The vast sweep of Nevada's Dixie Valley dwarfs the outsized camera far left, and the wagon darkroom of Timothy O'Sullivan, photographer for the United States government survey team during the late 1860s. Despite the heat and dust, the survey's young leader, Clarence King, above, a recent Yale graduate, often insisted on dressing for dinner in proper Eastern gentleman's attire, complete with derby whenever guests are present. There they are. Looks like a camera, I believe.